Hello everyone, good evening. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once you people are able to see. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So how many of you have completed that CSS diner exercise? At least have you tried like to solve those problems?
Yes, sir, I did. I've completed.
Completed?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
Janaya.
Yeah, I saw your like text on WhatsApp. Okay, fine. But at least try to practice that one. So Swati, do you want me to show that one, like how it will work?
The lights are, but it's not clear.
For 27th one, you are saying, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then fine. We'll spend 10 to 15 minutes on that and then we'll start the new topic. Don't worry about that. So 19th one, what we can do here, select first bento. Okay, so first bento, what we can write here, bento first of type, isn't it? First of type, it will work or not?
No, no, sir.
Why?
Because another vendor is also.
It is there, but it will work because I'm checking here, check. Okay, means select first of type. And what element we are going to target? Bento. It will work. So next one here we have select first apple. Okay. So what we can do, just now we have seen
Apple first of type.
Soft
apple.
type.
We can select in multiple ways that I can show you, but here just I'm going to spend like max 10 minutes. Okay. So we'll start the new topic and you can try it out. Okay. First of type. Okay. Apple first of type. Now what we have to do here?
All
Nth
even
Even
and child
even.
even.
So we have to write here plate, or even if we will write simply nth child, that also work. Nth child,
even
nth child or nth of type, both will work. No?
yes, both will work.
Yeah. Now here we have to select every second plate. Okay. First we have to target third one, then we have to target, like we have to repeat on every second one. So what we can do here, plate,
Plate and child 2n
nth child, simply you have to write
2n
like
plus 3.
first target third plate. Okay, and then repeat on every second. No, so repeat on every second like that. What we have to do here, select the apple on the middle plate. What we have to do here, also we have apple, here also we have, so only of type also we can use. No, apple. Okay, only of type. Even you can use apple Do
Only
we
of
have an apple only of type or
Only child.
only of
only
child.
will work or not? Only child you are saying?
Yeah.
So it will work. Again, here if we will use simply
Plate.
small, okay? Last child,
Spelling.
okay? So that will also work. And here we have to select the last apple and last orange. So what we can do, last of type we can use, no? Isn't it? What we can write here? Orange, last of type. So we are able to, excuse me, target that orange, then comma,
Apple lost.
apple. Even we can use, instead of writing that, I will show you apple, last of type, isn't it? We are able to target that. What we can write else, here we have small, no? And for this one also small. So no need to write like this 2 times. What you can do, simply small, last of type. That will also work. Okay. Now what we have to do here, select the empty bentos.
Bento colon empty.
Yes. So bento colon empty. Okay. Now here we have 26th one. Select the big apples. Here also we have apple, here also we have apple, but here we have a small one. So target apple, but not which one? A small. Okay. So which is small? Here also we have a small. So if you will write like this, no, it will work. Now from here, these questions are related to, you can see the attribute selector. What we have to do, select the items for someone. Okay. Here we have Ethan. Means all these 3 we have to target directly, you can see. What we can write here. These values are, you can
Attribute.
see,
Yeah, attribute.
attribute here we have for, here also we have for, and here also we have for. So Swati, now you can see here we have to target these 3 elements with the help of these attributes. What attribute we are using here? For. So simply what we can do, if we will write for, it will work.
No, for equal this
We have
attribute.
to write a square bracket for attributes. Okay. Now 28th one, what we have to do here, select the plates for someone. Okay. For Sarah and for Luke. So what we can do here, we can write here, like here we have for plate simply. So we can write select plate which has for attribute. Okay. Now select this bento. What you have to do? Tell me any guesses.
Bento for attribute equal that value.
Isn't it? So simply I'm going to copy. Oh, so for is equal to that value we can pass here, no? It will work or not?
It will work.
No, it will work.
Yes. No, capital V.
If I'll write like this, then
I don't know. It should work.
we have learnt about now about the title as well as value case sensitivity.
Okay.
So value is case sensitive, but title is means whatever attribute we are using, no, attribute is case insensitive. If you will check my previous videos, anyone remember that, like I have explained about that attribute is case insensitive and this one is value is case sensitive. So if you want to make that one case insensitive, just you have to put here one either small I or capital I. Okay. Now what you have to do here, that starts with SA. Okay. So for value. So simply you can take again for attribute and simply if you will write like SA, then SA means exact value you are searching for. But if you will use this caret and if you will try to search, it will not work because again, this value is case sensitive. Just if you want to make that one case insensitive, use I. So here I is not working. They have not written that logic here, I think, because of that. Okay. Now, end with we have to check. Select the items for names that end with ATO. Okay. So what we can do simply, here we have for attribute, dollar
Dollar
is equal to
ATO.
ATO. If we will write like this, O, then it will work or not?
Yes, I think
It will work because here we are checking the characters. Okay. Now here we have the last one. Select the means for names that contain OBB. Wherever it is, you have to target that one. Okay. So in middle one, you can see we do not have any O or B. So simply can we write like this? Target those elements which has for attribute and wherever you get in that OBB or OB or O, target that. Clear everyone? Do you have any question? No. Fine. So now we are going to start in selector only. We have generated contents. By using pseudo elements, we are going to create some like generated contents. So first one here, I'm going to show you that we can use in generated content, that is string. Okay. So which element here we have? Paragraph. So yesterday we have seen like if you want to add any string before or after that particular element, you can not element content. You can use before and after. So here we have that. I'm going to copy the same thing that you can see. Means before we are able to add here any string. Okay. And after also we are able to add any string here. So a string we have seen already yesterday. Second generated content I'm going to show you after this one, that is counter. Let's say instead of this, you have ten paragraphs. Okay, 10 paragraphs. We'll save this one. So second one, as I said, we are going to learn about counters. Okay, so what if we are not using ordered list? Okay, and you have to give here counter like 1 2 3 either before or after this paragraph. Then what you will do, I'm going to remove this one. Okay, so we do not have any number for this paragraph. What if you want to add number for each and every paragraph? Okay, automatically it should increment. If you have 10, then it should show like para 1, para 2, para 3, either before of this paragraph or after this paragraph. So what we can do is simply here we have to write first paragraph. Okay, we'll show you paragraph before. Okay, so what is the mandate property for this pseudo element before or after? What we have to write?
Content.
Content. Okay, so content I'm going to write, and content value we have seen already a string. Now we are going to add counter. Whenever you are going to use this counter function, no, you have to write here counter name as well. So any name you can write here. So let's say we have to increment the counter. So name I'm giving here inc. Okay, fine. So I will save this one now. So here we have counter, you can see is 0 0 0 0. Automatically it is coming. Fine. So in paragraph we have to write, okay, one property called counter increment. Okay, so which counter you have to increment, that counter name you have to pass. So what is the counter name? inc. So same I'm going to put here. So now it is starting, as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 like that. Okay, so you can use counter here. Now we do not have any space between this number and this paragraph. So what you can do, either you can put one space here. So this prettier is not allowing me, but you can do it. Or else, if you want to give some space after this counter, simply put one space, a string here, and give one space in that. So see here, now we have one space between these two things. Okay, so we are able to add, you can see, before this para. What if we have to add after? Same thing we can use, but here we do not have to add space after this counter. Before this counter, we have to add one space. That you can see here we have. So counter you can use for any element. If you want to show just the normal numbers, then you can. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? No?
You said it's clear.
Yeah. So next one here we have after this, after counter, we have another value that we can use inside content, that is URL. Okay. URL. So what we can do by using this URL. So instead of this bullet point or a square or disk or number, what if you want to add image, one image before this paragraph or after this paragraph? Okay, then what you can do here, simply I'm going to target here that paragraph will add the pseudo element p before, and the mandate property we have to add. Where is that? Okay, content URL. Again, this one is a function. So here you have to pass the path of the image. So I'm going to take one image from here, let's say one site is there, I think. Pick some photos. Pick some dot photos. You can check this out. Okay. So simply here you have to take, see, for a specific image dimension you can mention here. Okay. Just you need to copy that. In black and white, if you want, just you have to add one query selector. Sorry, query parameter you have to pass here as a query string grayscale. Okay. If you want blurred image, then you can go with just this query string blur. Okay, like that. So I'm going to use here this one. Okay, we'll pass this, and dimension I'm going to use, let's say 20 by 20. We'll save this one. So see, before this paragraph we are able to add here image. If we will use 10 by 10, we have another image. And again here, if you want to give some space, I think this will work. See here, between this image and paragraph we have now space. So same thing you can do here also if you want. Okay, so after, and if you want to add one space between the paragraph as well as that URL, just add like this. So you will be able to add any image also before this paragraph. Okay, instead of bullet point disk, you can use here. Oh, see, image. Is that clear, everyone? How to change image dynamically? Means I didn't get your question, Muli Krishna. Okay, every time you want like a different image. Muli Krishna, every time you want different image or what? Yeah, so for that one, if you want a different image, we do have one again query string called random, I think, that you can use. Blur. Random will be there. One query string you can add random over there. Yes, you can place your own image also from your local directory. Okay, so you can use that. Now, the next one here we have, after this URL, we can use attribute value. Okay, so for that one here we have attribute function. So let's say one attribute I'm going to use here, title. Okay, para 1, fine, for first one. Then here we have again title 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Para 6. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I just wanted to show here whatever paragraph we have. No, after that, if there is any title attribute, I want to display that value just next to this paragraph or before this paragraph. So before we can use here, no, before content, and then we have to use attribute function. We were using here URL. Now we have attribute. In that, which attribute value you want to display? that attribute name you have to mention over here. Okay, so here we have attribute title. So that value we are getting now here. One space we can put here. See, that we can do by using this. Okay, now instead of this one, we can use after also. Okay, that also you can see. So I'm going to comment this one. So what else we can write here? Whenever I'm going to hover over this paragraph, generate this content immediately after that paragraph. So we do not have anything. So just see, I'm going to hover here. See, when I'm hovering here, it is coming. See, so like that, you can display any content. Let's say if you have any anchor element and in that you have some URL. So on hover, you can show that URL just next to this one, or you can display that one in new line. That also I can show you here. Let's say here you have one anchor element. Okay. Okay. Fine. So here what you can do instead of this paragraph, you can write here what? Anchor element. And which attribute value you have to display here to see that URL?
href.
Href, exactly. So here I'm going to remove this one and we'll write href. Okay. So see here. On how it is coming. If you want to bring that one in new line, so then we have another property called display block. Don't worry about this one. We have another module for this. Just I'm going to show you here how it will work. Even font size we can decrease a bit. Let's say 10 pixels. Okay, see here how it is working. Just next to this, it is coming. Okay, even you can use here now. See, one rem, two rem, margin bottom is not working. Oh, okay. Hmm, we'll check this one whether it will work or not. For that, display block. Okay, fine. Even we can change color. Say red. So on hover, just I'm showing you like how you can generate like pseudo content immediately after that, even though we have not written anything in the HTML, and we are able to generate here like the new line immediately after that. So we are able to use here attribute function in content just to generate a dynamic content. Now, after this attribute, we have the last one that we can use any Unicode character. Okay. So do you remember in HTML5, we have learned about one special topic. Let's say if you have to add one pound sign or rupees symbol, then what we have learned about that, what we were using there, HTML entities code, isn't it? Do you remember that? No?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so same thing here also we can use. So let's say if you have to add just before this paragraph any symbol, or after this paragraph any symbol, then what you can do, CSS Or here we have one thing. I think I bookmarked that one last time. CSS glyph. Okay. You can visit this site, csstricks.com, snippets/html/glyph. Last time also I have shown you this one for HTML entities code. Okay. So here for HTML, you have to use this code. Okay. And for CSS, what you have to do, you have to write this code. And see, they have already given here p before. In content, you have to pass as a string. So let's say you have to add one special symbol. This beta. Okay. Then what you can do? Copy this code, simply copy this code. Okay. And now you can target here simply either before or after. You can put that one by using this pseudo element content. As a string, you have to pass this value. Okay, that code you have to write. See here we have beta. Okay, and then one space if you want to give immediately after. See here we have one space after this beta. So any Unicode character you can add in the form of a string, and you can take that code from this site, sigma, pi. Okay, whatever you want, you can take it from here. Theta. Is that clear, everyone? Clear?
Yep.
Okay. I'll mention this website also here, just for your reference. Okay. So do you remember where we can use this before and after pseudo element? On which element it will not work? Yesterday, I already said that.
So images and audio will not video.
Why?
That is
The element
uh,
which doesn't accept any children. Okay. For that particular element, we cannot use before and after pseudo element selector. Okay. It will not work for that. Okay, fine. Now, one exercise we are going to do. Here we have one image. Let's say I'm going to take it from, do we have an image over here? No, fine. Here we are going to take Css.com or Unsplash also you can check here. Let's say I'm going to write here nature. We'll search. Yeah, fine. This one. Right click on this. Either you can download and you can place this image in your local directory, and from there you can add the path. But what I'm going to do, copy image address, that path we can place here. Or simply we can write here mountain. We are able to see that. We are able to see that image now on the page. So one thing I'm going to do, we'll target that image. We'll apply width. Let's say 200 pixels. Height also 200 pixels. So here we have this image. Fine. Now What if I'm going to target this element and before this image or after this image? Okay, after. I want to add some text. Content. Hello. If I'll save, this will work or not?
No.
Because we have here image. Okay. We have here image. It will work, but when? That I will show you. In case in real time you have a website, you are going to develop a card. Let's okay. Simply I'm going to comment this one for now. Div card. Whatever code I'm going to do it example you can using. So
Sir, your voice is not.
Sir, voice is breaking, sir.
Sir, why is
okay, one second.
sir, why is not clear?
Now, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
It's fine now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So what I was saying is, whatever code I'm going to write now here, whatever HTML and CSS I'm writing, don't worry about that code snippet. Just in real time, what you can do by using this before and after, that I'm going to show you. You can do many things. Just one example I'm going to give you here. Okay. So the first thing here, I'm going to create a card. Okay. Let's say you have a product card. Okay, product card over here. One box here we have. Inside that I'm going to add one image and then text box h3 heading paragraph. Fine. I have something here, inspiration, food image. We'll create one folder here in our project folder. We'll paste that image, meal1 and meal2. Fine. So here I'm going to add meal1. Okay. So here we have one image, heading, and then paragraph. Fine. I'm going to now decorate that one. Okay, we'll decorate that. We do not have any styles, anything. Simply, we are going to target that card. Okay. We'll apply here border, 1 pixel solid red. So you can see here we have 1 pixel border around this card. Okay, fine. Inside that card, if you will see here, we have one image. I'm going to target that image inside IMG box. We'll target that one simply like this. Width, I'm going to take it as 100%. We'll save this one. Card width will take now 300 pixels. So here we have one card, or instead of 300 pixels, we will take 250. Okay, we have one card. Border radius 10 pixels. Top 10 pixels, right 10 pixels, 0, 0. Fine. Here we have this card. Okay. Now inside text box, everything I'm going to align as H3. I'm going to align it as text align center. So here we have this this one in center, and font family I'm going to use here sans serif. Okay. FE, not FE, then fine. Text box, just I'm decorating this one. I'll show you like one rem. Here we have padding now around this. Box sizing, I'm going to take it as border box. Okay. Here we have one card. Okay. And inside that we have heading. So here after this heading, we can keep some margin bottom 1 rem. Here we have now gap after this. Fine. Fine. Here we have one card. Paragraph, justify 0.8 rem. Fine. Here we have this card finally. And now what I'm going to do is inside container, we'll put a card here now. Multiple card I'm going to add. Okay. Mail 1, 2. So here we have another one. Okay. So these two cards now I'm going to copy and paste. So here we have 6 cards total. Okay. container padding to them max with 1000 pixels, margin top and bottom 0, left and right auto. Fine. Display flex, justify content, center, line items, center. Wrap, wrap. So here we have card. Okay. 6 cards here we have. Let's say in real time you are getting 6 different cards or product card, whatever like data you are getting from backend, just you are displaying on the front end. Because of some reason, let's say this image is broken. Okay, you are not getting this image from server, or this one you are not getting. So in that case, what will happen? You know, in case, let's say if I'm going to remove this 2 from here, I'm going to remove this 1 from here. What is happening? The structure
Alternate
is totally
name,
different. Sorry, go ahead.
alternate name will be given.
Yeah, so image is broken now. So this card, now you can see how the structure is. Is this looking good now? No, isn't it? So in that case, one thing I missed actually. I need to remove this one now and box shadow. I'll keep here, let's say 10 pixels, 10 pixels. We'll spread that blur. Mhm. So here we have shadow also. Fine. So now you can see in this case, if image is not rendered on the front end side, so the layout how it is not looking good, no? So at that time, what you can do, forget about whatever CSS code I have written over here. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what we can do is by using generated content. So as I said, okay, here, how we can handle broken images, okay, using generated content that I'm going to show you. If I'll ask you, let's say, just to add something by using this after or before pseudo element, where we are adding on image, no? See, inside image box, we have image, and after image, I'm going to add one content. Okay. Going to write here, something went wrong. Okay. It will work or not? Where we are adding this one after image, no? So for image, can we add here this after pseudo element? Yes or no?
No.
No, we cannot. So what will happen? See, Wherever we have image, we are not able to see any changes. But where image is broken, no, at that time what we are getting? Are you able to see that text? Here, something went wrong. Now we are able to show that one here. Okay. So in the that case, as you can see, when we do not have any image, the card size is getting collapsed. Okay. So what we can do now, how we can decorate it. So that I'm going to show you. Okay. First thing. Okay. Here, what I'm going to do is I will keep this text only. Fine for now. Now I'm going to decorate this one, display block, and width I'm going to give here 100%. Okay. Now what we can do is image here we have 100%. Height also I'm going to give here. Let's say height we'll add for the image first. Height 300 pixels. Okay. So is 150 will add. Let's see. Okay, 150, 170. Okay, 170 is fine. So same thing here, we are going to add height. Okay. 170 pixels. So see now the card size. Still, if we are not getting image, we have that size, no? But the card size is now little bit bigger than the normal card, isn't it? So what we can do here, we have here the broken image sign. So we can handle that one. Just we have to use here. Where is that image? One property called overflow hidden. Okay. And instead of this after, here I'm going to use right now, because content I'm adding this one before that broken image. So here we have that content. Okay. Here we have that content. And what we can do is now we can align this one. Text align center. Okay. Where is that image before? Let me check once. Hmm. 170 pixels height. Text align center is not working here. Let me add some padding. We'll see. Padding is working. Okay. So instead of text align center, okay, because sorry, that is block level element, no? So margin we can add margin top and bottom 1 rem and left and right auto. So here we are going to see that. Let me inspect once. What is the width of the card? We'll see that one first. 250. Okay. Fine, got it. Two things you can do here. First one, that you can display. Okay, so here we have where is that image? Border first I'm going to add here. Border 1 pixel solid red. Fine. Okay. So width I'm going to give here same as card right now. That is 250 pixels. Okay. Height, if I'm going to increase a bit, let's say 190, 150, 70, card height is getting increased. Okay. Let me remove this one. Like here, what I'm trying to show is like instead of the image, if image is not getting rendered, you can show directly some content, and that broken image will also not come. Instead of this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this one. I'll show you something else. Let me do that. Okay. I missed one thing. Display is not there, no? Display line block. Okay, okay, fine. Got it. See, now that broken image that you can see here, that icon we are not able to see, isn't it? Card height is same. We have here now text as well that you can see. Text align also we can now keep here center. Okay, even we can move this one here in center. Now what we can do is margin, I'm going to put here 2 rem. Here we have this text. Font size, I can increase here, let's say 22 pixels. See how it is. Even font weight now you can increase. Font color you can change. And same, the height and everything is now you can see we have the same height as you can see for the another card here we have. So we are showing here text. Okay, instead of this text, no, instead of this text, you can do one more thing. Simply I'm going to comment this one. By using generated content only, I'm creating this one. Okay. Instead of this, what you can do, remove everything, whatever text here we have, put like empty string here in content, display block, width same, height same, margin need to remove, text line need to remove, font size we need to remove because we are not going to use now any text. We will use here background image, okay, URL. So we can show there some alternate image now. So what alternate image we can display over there? Something went wrong. Any PNG image or JPG image we can show there. One second. Huh? Relevant image here we will get. Let's say here we have this image. We can copy the image address we can pass here this one as a GIF image. You're not getting that. Okay, we'll take some other image then. One second. Copy image address. Here we have that image. Now what we have to do, background position, I'm going to make this one as center. Okay, and background size, I'm going to put this one as cover. So here we have that image. Okay, so whenever you are not getting that proper image from the backend or from the server, you can show here some alternate image instead of that. Okay, so that is also possible by using this image before. So image you can target by using this generated content, or you can say here we have a pseudo element before and after. When it will work, when you do not have any image, if image is broken, then only it is going to work. If you are getting any image, you won't be able to add these contents. Is that clear, everyone? What you can do by using generated content? This is just one example. Okay. Clear? Here we are able to display now. Here.
Yes, sir. I'm clear, but I do have one question here.
Yes.
Here we have using like HTML page and CSS page, but I was facing one issue when I'm trying to use like my scenario is whenever I'm trying to get the same in browser, it's working fine. This type of card, and when I would like to convert that card as like PDF. So PDF will not have these CSS related things, no. So there I
Means
need
you are
to.
trying to print it like this, Control P.
No. I'm
Then
converting this HTML to PDF by using some online converters. So there the CSS is not working. The reason is the classes will not support once the CSS is convert to a PDF, right? Then we should use this CSS as an inline code. Is it possible to use these kind of all no CSS properties
everything.
in the inline?
Why you will use in inline? Simply you can copy these things and put that one in same page in a style tag. No, that will work then.
A style tag will not support no once you convert to this PDF.
What tool you are using to convert that one?
That is some online program actually. I'm using some connectors. So it's everything is getting content, text and image, but except this CSS styles, everything is working after convert to the PDF. So I was tried some of the like color and font size inline, those are working. Whatever I use the classes not supporting after convert to the PDF.
Okay, then I'm not sure. I need to check that one.
So
It is not
here we have done a lot of things in CSS, right?
yes.
It's all not possible in inline, no. So
Inline you can do, but that is very difficult
yep.
to add. You can write same code. One second.
I did not try all these kind of, just I tried some font size and font style that is working in inline, but this code property is not working.
Yeah, Jania. Sorry.
It's
Now,
okay.
tell me.
Yeah, I just checked only this inline for font and no font family. Those
Mhm.
are working, but other card related properties like justify, flexi, something like display, inline, block, something. Those are not working.
Okay, then Jania will see that one on Monday. Means post our session. If you have time, we can connect for 10-15 minutes and we'll see that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, no issue. Anyone else has question here? Don't worry about these. As I said here, whatever like border radius, height, weight, and the background size, position, background image, whatever I have used, property. Don't worry about that property. We have separate modules for each and everything. I'm not going to miss even a single property of CSS, mostly which we are using in real time. Okay. So just here, I was showing you that how we can use generated content before and after. Even you can do a lot more things if you want to create any triangle or any arrow by using this before and after pseudo element, you can create that as well. Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask me here. Else we can start with the next topic. No questions? Okay, fine. So the next topic is here. Still, we are not done with this selector. The last topic for selector module is CSS selector specificity. Okay, means we are going to learn about the precedence. Okay, and cascading. Fine. Simply, I'm going to write here specificity dot html, and the same file I'm going to create with the same name dot css. Okay. Fine. So how many of you know about the CSS selector specificity, how it works? Just give me 1 minute. Anyone knows about that, like how it works? No? 1 second. Hmm. Anyone know about the CSS specificity? Yes or no? Okay, fine. So I'm going to create here a structure for unordered list. List, I'm going to create it as, okay. So before starting with the specificity, we are going to learn about the naming convention for class and ID. Someone asked me like in my previous session, I'm not sure who asked, like how we can write the ID and class name. Okay, so that I'm going to show you now. for ID and class. Okay. If you are going to write any ID attribute value or class attribute value, how you can write that I'm going to show you. Okay. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to use these combinations like alphabets, either capital or small. You can use underscore or dash followed by number. Okay. Never ever start any ID or class name with number. Okay. And the best practice is always start any ID or any class name if you are giving, always start with the alphabet. If you are going to write in caps, that will also work. In a small case letter, that will also work. But the recommended way, as per the specification, is you supposed to write each and everything in a small case letter. Okay, and don't use underscore. Okay, so underscore mainly we use in the programming languages like in JavaScript for that ID and all. So here we supposed to write like if you have any heading, so you can write like para. If we have para, simply you can write para 1 or para -1. That is correct. This one is also correct, but this is not recommended. Okay. We have like many naming convention for the IDs and class. You can check out, this is your task, that go and check what is BEM, block element modifier naming convention. Okay. How to write ID or main element name, then like for block, what you have to write, for element, what you have to write, and if you have like any utility CSS class, then how you have to add that. So that you have to check here. BEM, block element modifier. This one you need to check out. Okay. So para 1 you can write, even you can write like this also, but this is not recommended. Okay. If you want to add like letters as well as any like digit over there, so just put a dash in between, then write what we say, any number followed dash followed by any number. So write like this only. Always start with alphabets, either capital or small. So we know if you are going to use ID or class value in caps, so that is case sensitive. You have to write in the same way, that one, that class name or ID name. So always remember this one. The best practice is everything should be in a small case. If you have multiple word, like you have my heading, so write like this, my dash heading. Okay. Or if you have card heading, let's say not my heading, card heading. So like this you can write. Okay. Card heading 1 or 1 2, like this you can write. So always start with the alphabets, then write a dash. Don't make this one complex, and try to write meaningful ID or class name. So it will be easy to understand for the other developers also. Okay. On the page, you won't be able to see any difference. No. So why we are writing that ID or class, like it should be meaningful. Why I'm saying, because it should be like understandable for other developers also, why you have written this one. First thing. Second one is like, now we know like how to write ID and class values. One thing I would say, that never ever use ID, okay, for decoration of any element. If you are going to target this li especially, and you want to add ID, and then you are going to target that element by using ID in CSS, and you are applying some rule set over there, so that's not the best practice. Why? Because if you are targeting this element with the ID, there is no reusability, no. because the same ID you cannot use multiple times. In CSS, it will work, but if you will validate in this HTML validator, what will happen? It will give you error as well as warning. Okay, so never ever use ID. ID only you can use in HTML for internal reference, like you have label and you want to target that label for any particular element, then use ID. If you have any link, if you're clicking on that, it should go to that particular section, then use ID. Otherwise, just for CSS, don't use this one. Is that clear? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to add here in UL one ID list, and class I'm going to add. That is also I'm going to add as a list only. Okay, fine. So here we have ID list, class also list, and for which element we are using? For unordered list, not for li. Fine. Now tell me one thing. If I'm going to write UL, okay, if I'm going to write UL and will apply here color red, what will happen? What will be the color for these lists? Now you people can unmute your mic. So if I'm going to ask some question, you can answer. If you have any doubt, you can ask.
Li will have a red color.
Red color, fine, we know that. By mistake, let's say you have a huge file and you are on now like 600 line or in 700 line, and someone has written already this UL class, okay? And after that, in that line, you are again targeting the same element, and now you are saying color as gold. What will happen?
All Li items will have a
It
gold
will
color.
change to gold.
It will override.
Yes, sir.
Why it will work here? This one as a gold, not red. Why it is working in that way?
Here is the first one is applying. First,
So last one you are saying will override the first one, or first one will override the last one?
first one will
Last
override
one
this.
will override
Last
first.
one will over.
Last one will override. Okay, fine. So here we will get gold color. Okay. Okay. Gold color we are getting, no? Means last color is overriding, isn't it?
Yes.
Fine. Sorry, I got dropped off. I was speaking on mute. Bhanupriya, you are the host. Could you hello? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Bhanupriya is the host. Could you please make me host? Bhanupriya, she's not replying. Thank you. So now I'm going to share my screen. Are you guys able to hear, see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So now, what type of selector here we are using now to target that element?
Class.
Class.
Class. Color, I'm going to use here lime. Now, what will be the output? Lime, red, or gold?
Line.
Why lime? Any idea?
The recent color which you have given, that will take it.
Gold.
Gold. So just now when I was not using this class, you said the last one will override the first one. Okay. So that's why I have added here on top this list as a class selector, and I have applied here color as lime. You are right, means the color will be lime. But do you know the reason why it is happening? Now you can see here we have UL, here also we have UL, the same element we are targeting. I will show you the how we calculate actually the precedence. So if you have the same precedence, you are targeting the same element, okay, with the same type of selector, okay. So it is going to check here first precedence, as I said, and then the last one will win. How actually it is working. So I will show you that also. So the least precedence is for the type selector. And after the type selector, we have, what is this? Class. So in precedence, if you will see, class is greater than a normal element selector or type selector. So in this case, even though if it is first and you are writing UL and UL, it is not going to work, because here we are checking now what? Not order. We are checking first
Precedence.
precedence. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now I'm going to target the same element with ID. Okay. And color, now I'm going to give here as crimson. Okay. So what will be the output now? Crimson. Because here we have first in order you can go here. The list priority here we have for type selector, then class selector,
Class,
and
then
then the
IDs.
ID selector. What if I want to override this one now? What we can do? Do you know any other way that we can override this ID or rule set also? I'm going to target directly that element and will use inline styling, style attribute, color. Okay. I'm going to apply here blue. So you can see now this is in blue. So the most, if you'll see the precedence, in terms of precedence, the list precedence is for
Selector elements.
your type
Type
selector. And the highest precedence is for
inline.
inline. So we have seen here, like we can override this one type selector with the class selector with the ID selector with the inline. What if you want to override inline also? Let's say here we have UL only, this UL only, and I want to apply this gold color. So here, if you will see the precedence, then class, ID, and inline. In this table, the highest one is inline only, and I have to override which one? Inline. So forcefully, if you want to override any style, you can simply use this keyword called important. So important will work for the individual property. Let's say if you are going to override this color forcefully. So see, even though we have here what type of selector? Type selector, we are able to override that. Till here, everyone is clear? Means you have any question? Let's say here we have again another property called font size. Font size 22 pixels. Here we have font size 22 pixels, no? And here I'm going to give it as font size 30 pixels. So 30 pixels is not working because inline style, whatever we have here applied in that, what we have written here, 22 pixels only. So if you want to override that property also forcefully, then what you have to use? For this property also you have to use important. Then only it is going to override that. Till here everyone is like, okay, good.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you will check the precedence now, the highest one is important.
Important.
Important is greater than
Inline style.
inline, that is style attribute, I can say. Okay. And this one is greater than
ID.
ID. And this one is greater than,
Class.
and this one is greater than
Types.
Types.
type selector. So now you know the order, no? How it is working, isn't it?
Yes.
Fine. Now I'm going to ask you here something. If I'm going to write here hash list color crimson. So what will be the color here?
is
Blue.
blue inline.
Because here we have blue.
Blue.
So I'm going to remove now inline style. We are not going to use that one for now. So now if I'll save this one, what will happen?
Crimson will be.
Crimson. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to target li and color lime. So what will be the output?
Lime.
Why?
The type, because it's type.
No,
No, crimson
crimson
only.
only.
Crimson?
Yeah.
I think it will be in lime color. Why so? You know? Because here we are targeting the specific one, child directly we are targeting, and here we are targeting parent. So even if you are using ID or important, okay, if you are not targeting the specific element, it will not work. That you have to remember. So which element we can override here? If you are targeting that UL element with this ID, as well as here also you are writing the same element, then only it will override. Otherwise, it will not work. So you have to check whether it is a child or parent. So child will be the specific one. Is that clear?
Yes.
So you have to check that one as well.
So child will have a case preference.
Okay. So whenever you are going to override something, you have to check whether we are targeting the same element with the ID and class or not. Okay. Fine. The next one here we have after this. Let's say here we have list, and I'm going to add list one more class. Okay. Going to target here list. Multiple classes I'm going to use now. See here. Red. And we'll use here list one. And color I'm going to use now lime. Now what will be the output here?
Lime.
Lime.
Excuse me. Why? Any reason?
Class names are different.
Class name here we are targeting the same element now, even though we have two different
Second
classes.
class is fine.
So here also we are using class. Here also we are using class. So precedence is
Same.
same. So the last one will override
Right.
the first one. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is known as cascading. Okay. Cascading means here if you have the same precedence, no, then the last one will win. Okay. So here it is going to override the first one. So output will be here in lime color.
Lime.
Clear? Fine. Fine. Now, let's say I'm using this one list. Again, color as lime only. Fine. And I have to override this one with this list one. Color as gold. So it will work. Which one is going to work?
Lime.
Lime.
Lime will be
Lime.
Lime will work. But I want to apply this color.
important.
Important.
I don't have to use important also. I don't have to use ID also. I don't have to apply inline style also, but this one should work. What else we can do with this? We can use here compound selector. What is compound? Select UL, which has class list1. So now this one is working, but how? What is happening? So for that reason, when I was creating the online tutorial videos at that time, I have created this. Okay, here only we have a specificity calculator. Okay, I will show you. So order you can see here. The first one is from right to left. You see this one is higher. Okay, important is the highest in the precedence. Okay, then style attribute means inline styling. Then ID. Then we have, if you are using class, if you are using attribute selector, if you are using pseudo class selector, will be considered as class only. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Then if you are using element or any pseudo element selector, that will be considered as element only. So the list element means type selector. Okay, so the list precedence here we have for element, and the highest one is for important. So here we have, you can see right now in this table, counter is 0, 0 for each and everything. So tell me, in this case, we are using compound selector, no?
Yes.
So how many element is there? First check for element. Is there any element selector? We have UL.
One.
UL, no?
Yes.
UL we have, no?
UL.
So first one, for first selector we are going to target. Okay, so we have one element, so I will increment it by 1. Okay, fine. How many class selector we have?
One.
One. List 1, no? Dot list 1. So I'm going to increment it by 1. So what is the value here right now? If you will see 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So you can say this one is 11. Okay, because before this number we have 0, 0. So this one is 11 only, no?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Next one, here we have what? In
Class.
second one, we have class. How many class
Mhm.
selector is there?
One.
One.
So for the second selector here, we have 1. Do we have any element selector?
No.
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 Do we have any ID?
No.
Inline styling?
No.
No.
Important?
No.
So what is the value now here?
10.
10.
And what is the value for this one?
11.
Which one is greater? First
First.
one, no?
First one.
So that's why it is working here. You can see the first one is getting applied here, this gold color. Do you have any question here, or it is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Clear, fine. Now what I'm going to do is here, okay. Let's say here we have now hash list. Which one will work now? Lime or gold? In first case, we have not changed anything, no? What is the value right now? 11. In second case, we have one class as well as
One ID.
One ID.
one ID. So what is the value here? 110.
110.
And previous one is
11.
11. So
11.
which one is going to work? First one or second one?
Second one.
So what will be the color here?
Lime.
Lime.
Lime only. So check here. We have lime color. Okay. So in that case, means if you have any compound selector, anything someone is giving you, like even though if they are using important, and if they will ask you like which one is going to work. Now you can calculate like that, no?
Yes.
But here we have, like, you have to remember something, that as I said, if you are using important, fine, that is clear. Means for individual property we have to use important. Style means inline styling. Okay, style attribute it is. ID, that is also fine. In case if you are using any class or any attribute or any pseudo class, okay, then that will be counted as class only. So if you have one class, one attribute, one pseudo class selector, so how many elements you have to increment here? 3. Okay, let's say here you have class. Okay, class. One attribute I'm going to add here, that is title list. Okay, so I'm going to target this one. I'm going to target this one. Means I'm saying select one element UL which has list one class, and in that we have ID as well. Sorry, attribute also. And which attribute we have? Title.
Title.
So how many selectors we are using in compound one?
3 select 3.
Here we have attribute, here we have list one, and here we have UL. So see, once I'm hovering here, no, are you able to see the selector specificity in that tooltip?
Yes.
What is that? 0
0
to
to
1.
0 to 1.
So 0 is ID, 2 is class, and
Yes.
1 is element.
Attribute.
Attribute will be considered as class only, as I said, that you can see here in this table. So if we have one class, you need to increment the counter 1. Okay, I'm going to reset this one first. Okay, tell me for the first selector, how many element is there? UL, just 1. Will increment it by 1. How many class? First one here we have list 1.
1.
So we'll increment it by 1. Then we have one attribute. So attribute in which column we have to place? In class 1 only, no?
Yes.
So what is the value right now?
21.
21. And for this one, we have here one ID. So in ID block, we are going to increment it by 1 and 1 class.
Class.
So if I'll put here, see, what is the value? 110. Okay, 1 class, 1 ID, and 1, sorry, 0 element. So this is 110 and this one is 21. So which one will work here?
Line.
Line.
Second one.
Second one only. So still the result will remain same. So now you got it, know how it will work?
Yes.
Okay. So just you have to count like that only. Even if you are not able to understand this one, we have one online CSS specificity calculator. This one. This URL you can check out here. See how it will work. I'm going to remove each and everything just to show you that. So in case you have two different selectors. So first someone is writing like UL. So as I'm writing UL, no, see in element got incremented, no, by 1. Now it is 0, 0, 0. If I'll write one element, that is, you can see here the count. Count is getting increased for which one? Element
Elements and pseudo.
dot list.
Class.
For class also, again dot list 1.
Attribute.
Again. So if we are using class or attribute, where it is getting incremented in this one only. ID am I using here? No, no. So I can use here list also. So one ID, 3 classes. 3 classes, we have 2 only, but this attribute they are considering as class only. Okay, fine.
Yes.
So you can check here. You can simply right, like this. And based on that, it is giving you the value 131 and 031. Which one is greater?
First one.
So here you have an option, sort by specificity. So by default, you can see this one is on top. I'm going to remove this one, we'll place this one here. So by specificity, if we'll sort, see how it is coming. So 131 is greater than this one. So this rule set will work, whatever you will write. But we have an exception here, okay, that you need to remember. One second. So as I said here, class, any attribute and any pseudo class selector. How you will identify whether it is a pseudo class selector? If you have just single colon, isn't it? In case if someone is using before and after and they are using single colon, it will work or not? So how actually they are going to identify whether it is a pseudo class selector or element selector? So browser is smart enough that browser will understand, even though if you are using any pseudo element with a single colon. Why we are using single colon? Just for the browser support only, no, backward compatibility only, no. Yesterday I already said that. So even though if you are using single colon instead of two colon for any pseudo element, that will work. But here, if you have any pseudo class selector, it will work. So tell me here, if I'm going to use not, so this is a pseudo class selector or element selector?
Class.
Yes, this is a pseudo class selector. So in specificity, okay, if you will see here in this table, I'm using the pseudo class. So there is no specificity for this not pseudo class selector. If you are using this one, there is no specificity. But inside that, whatever selector you are going to use, for that, it will count the specificity. If I'm using, let's say H1 inside not, so it will count this one as one type selector, or you can say one element. So that I'm going to show you here. So here we have a specificity table, no? So if I will use here not, okay, not, how many classes are there right now? 3, no? So if I'll use first child, got increased, no? 4. If I means first child, already it understood like I'm going to write first child. But what if I'm going to write not? It is counting this one?
No, sir. No, no.
No. So this is one exception. You need to remember this one. So let's say now I'm going to add one class in this one. It is counting?
Yes, sir.
So whatever you are going to write inside not, okay, that will be considered as a specificity count. Whether it is a class, it will increase the class count. If it is an element, it will increment the element count. If you have any attribute, okay. So understood, no, how it will work? So just give me 2 minutes, okay? So there is no specificity for not. Another thing also you need to remember, if you have any combinator means if you are using this descendant, okay, descendant combinator, or we have adjacent sibling combinator, or we have general sibling combinator, or we have child combinator, and the last one is, and for what is this? Universal selector, okay. There is no specificity for these things. Remember this. For not, for descendant, combinator, for next sibling combinator, for general sibling combinator, for child combinator, and for universal selector. There is no specificity value. Okay. So do you have any question till here? How it works now?
No.
Yeah, so we are done with this selector finally. So from like Monday, we'll start with the next topic, that is values and units. If you have any question, you can ask, else we can drop off for the day. We'll connect on Monday. So now selector is clear, no?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Happy weekend. Good night.
You too, sir.
Thank you.
Right, sir. Bye.
Bye.